Hello, everyone, and welcome to my show. I'm your host, Diana Bellaros, award-winning and best-selling author, Fire and Ice, The Journey of Transformation, and The White Within. You can find out more about me on my website, dianabellaros.com, as well as subscribe to my channel, download all of my podcasts for free. They're available to download for free. And they're available on YouTube, they're available on Speaker, they're available on FM Player, and iTunes. Please comment and let me know what kind of a topic you wish me to cover, and I'll be more than happy to do that. So today, for a second time, we have somebody, a woman who has been fighting for her life and who has been going through hell for almost probably, I don't know, 2 years, and she is with us today. So, thank you so much for being on the show, trying to help other women make a difference, and I hope get the right attention so this kind of a crime against women is prevented forever. So, can you please tell us your name, introduce yourself, and tell us about yourself?
Hi, Diana. Yeah, this is the third time you're interviewing me. My name's Joanne. I've been a targeted individual for 4 years. Probably 10 that I haven't known about, that I was being probably followed, watched, being, trying to be, when they were ready to let me know I was in the program, because they watched everything. Every friend I've had for the last 10 years was, set up to be in my life, to be what gang stalkers, what we call in gang stalking or organized stalking is, a perp. A perp is a gang stalker or an organized stalker that is there. They're going to gaslight your life. They're going to act like your friend, your business partner, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your neighbor, but they're there to gaslight you, set you up, and destroy you, pretty much. And they're there to do one job and one job only, and they will act like your best friend, your best neighbor. My nail technician was an organized stalker to get me to talk, and was recorded me. So I've been in this program for 4 years that I've known about. Anything you want to ask me?
Yeah, can you tell us why you were on this program? What happened to you? Why did you get in this situation?
It absolutely started when I said I wanted a divorce. My ex-in-laws they're Greek. They're from Greece, and they have very powerful friends. And judge friends, Suffolk County Court judge friends. I've never known how corrupt Suffolk County Court judges and lawyers are until now. My brother-in-law has very powerful ex-prime minister friends from Canada, NYPD friends, high-level union friends, who's got a beef with me because my anger management / therapy sessions were recorded strategically, going through my divorce to be played back for people to destroy all my relationships. And I think he heard something, he told me something 20-something years ago that I never spoke a word about except in therapy. And, now he's got a vendetta against me. My tenant was put in my life. She never paid rent, but she was put in my life by my ex to act like my best friend, to record my conversations, to actually, I'm in recovery from addiction. I was given pain pills back in 2010 for back pain, and I was given Klonopin for anxiety when my mother passed away. I lost my mother, and I lost the baby 6 months later, and then a month later, my best friend died in 9/11. And I sat there and colored pictures with a 3-year-old and a 1-year-old, pictures for when Mommy gets home. Mind you, we knew Mommy wasn't coming home because Mommy was above the plane. So I had a very traumatizing year. So I was given Percocet and Klonopin, not knowing. Google was just starting out. So I didn't have a lot of education in what these medicines were. I just trusted my doctor. So I became addicted very shortly, within a year. But it was like I was taking 3 Klonopin and 3 Percocet a day. For my body, that was enough to almost kill me. drug addicts look at me and they're like, why are you in recovery? I'm like, no, you don't understand. It was enough. My body was so small, it was enough to almost kill me. I tried to detox myself and literally almost died. But now that's my Achilles heel. My tenant was put into my world and literally drugged me to relapse and be filmed and to be shunned in the community. I lived in a very beachy Babylon Village, which is a very beachy, small community. It's very, looking back now, I never realized how very Nazi this community is because I just loved it so much. And people will act like your best friend and just hate you, and that's what started happening to me after I didn't know I was being filmed and these were being played in the community policing meetings. I didn't know the mayor of Babylon Village hated me. Poor guy just passed away, Ralph Scardino, and God rest his soul, because of what he was being lied to about. What was being presented to him in the way it was. Everyone in that village was hating me. They didn't know I was being drugged. They didn't know I was being gaslit. They didn't know. And then I had a doctor almost kill me in a tummy tuck in 2015. And if you look on my website, Gang Stalk Long Island, you could actually see what he implanted in my stomach. And that's another reason I think I was definitely put in this program, and I was getting death threats from him for 2 years. It's just, there's so much involved in this that I think it's all joined together. It started out with my husband, then doctors get involved when you're put in the program, and then family gets involved, and then unions get involved, and it's just crazy. So they could write the White House a letter and say you're definitely a terrorist threat. So when they do this to you back in your community, there's no questions asked when you go to the police. And the police know this. So when you make police reports, they don't even have to follow through on it and won't get in trouble. I was accosted in a hotel room back in April with my head. I had scars all over my head. I'll never grow real hair again. Went to make a police report. Told the 2 men are in my room. Do you think it was ever investigated? They kind of told me that I deserved it. Because after 2 years of death threats, I slapped a sign on my car of the doctor that was giving me my children death threats. And I drove past his practice, like, you better stop giving me my daughter death threats. I'm going to tell you right now, like, you're giving me death threats to not talk about you implanting my body and cutting my body from the back of my hip, from my back, the back middle of my buttock to my left buttock to the back of my right buttock. There was no need for me to be cut like that.
Yeah.
And there's all these pictures on my website to have proof, and I had a home run lawsuit. He also boxed my nose. My nose was 3 times bigger when I woke up. And these are things I did because when I was going through my divorce, I was very insecure, heartbroken. Because I did love my husband, and I never wanted my family to break up. And I was a makeup artist in the entertainment industry, and you do get jobs based on your look. So I figured just let me get a little nip and tuck done, feel better, and I want to have this amazing career and travel all over the world and work on movie sets because I was working on, I was doing models, I was doing TV shows, I was doing rap videos, and that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to start my life over. Well, I'm going to say, looking back now, this plastic surgeon was a car salesman with a scalpel. He knew I just got divorced. He knew I was insecure. He talked me into so much shit that I didn't need. But I wanted such a minimum, uninvasive procedure, and he got so invasive. I'm like, I don't even know, was he on drugs? Was he drinking? Or was he part of the program and doing whatever he was told to have done to me? By this gang stalking program, medically. Because I've been so medically trafficked, because that's the past year and a half, I've been so medically trafficked between my head, my arms. There's pictures on Gang Stalk Long Island on Facebook of my arms. Now, I woke up where I was living one day, and it was like something was sewn onto my arm, and it was actually like, it felt like stitches were going into my arm. And like, it's a little scary to look at my face, but I was going to school. My first thing I ever wanted to be was a heart surgeon. and then I was going to school to be an OR nurse. So I have lidocaine. I injected my arm with lidocaine and cut this thing out. Do you know, till this day, it's not rotted. It doesn't smell like a dead piece of meat. It's an actual medical thing. It's like plastic. And I wish I was on the computer with you right now because I have everything with me to show you. There's no smell. There's nothing. It's God knows what it is.
Yeah.
You know, in my next interview with you live, I'm gonna get on live with you and show you everything medically because I'm not cutting myself anymore. But the reason I did all this is I have girls. You're my friend. This is going to be done to another woman.
It's horrible.
I can't let it happen to another woman. That's the only reason I did this because any doctor I went to, they act like they don't know what it is. They know exactly what it is.
Of
so
course.
I had to do it myself. I had no choice but to do it myself.
Yeah.
With this medical trafficking. But you know what? I'm having better days, but my body, my life will never be the same. They even, you know, they've even said it, you know, you keep on trying, it doesn't work out.
Yeah.
You know, I'll never have my health back because of what these people have done to me. I'll never have, you know, my career because of what they've done to my health.
And this is because of your ex, right? Because you left him. This is the punishment, basically, because you left your ex-husband.
That's how it started. And then I'm telling you, his judge friend put me on a targeted individual list with his law enforcement friends. And then somehow this doctor got involved. And then my attorney, I had an attorney with a home run lawsuit. He dropped my case 2 months before the statute of limitations is up. Never put it to court. Looking back now, he was paid off, or he's part of it. When you have a home run lawsuit, you do that. I was fixed by Dr. Terry Sproul in California. How do you not have a home run case with that? Oh, so another thing I did was I put up on Facebook. I put up on Facebook what was done to me. After 2 years of efforts on me and my children and what you did to me, he botched the cops twice a week before me. So I was just done. I'm being drugged with PCP by my sentence. You know, so all this is going on, and it's just been horrible. And then I move. Wait a minute. I move, and I go into hiding, and I think I moved to Patchogue into a beautiful apartment in a Fairfield complex, and I move, and I think I'm going to be safe in hiding. No. A detective moves above me named Joseph Collins. I think I'm going to be safe with a detective living above me. I was more harassed by this man and whoever was in his apartment 24/7. I have never been so afraid of that law enforcement to respect, you know, the garbage man. And now I'm terrified. I'm terrified of police. I've never been so terrified. You know, women's lives matter, but not to these Nazis. I've never seen anything like it. You know, you and I had the pictures of me being harassed by 3 sets of 2 cops in 45 minutes.
I know.
And they're missing from your website, my website, and my phone.
Mm-hmm.
And now all that footage is missing. Where'd it go?
It's horrible.
You know, the Facebook of the video of the cop banging on my door in my hotel room and me crying, that video we did, is missing.
I'm sure.
Where'd it go?
That's why we're doing what we're doing.
I want that video on my Facebook page. I need people to know the truth.
Yeah, of course. This is unacceptable to be treated like this. And I was witness, and I saw the policeman. I saw the whole thing. It happened in front of my nose because I was doing interview. Yeah. It's terrible. That's why we need to stop this, harassment against women. And it's absolutely unacceptable. And equality, a lot of people need education to find out what is equality. And everybody has the right to leave the toxic relationship they live in. And we have one life. We don't have 7. We are not cats. And we should live it on our terms. And we should be demanding of respect and love we deserve. And if it's not given to us, then we are going to be able to leave the relationship and be free of this targeting and all of these crimes, because this is a crime against a human being.
Oh my God, the crime against me is, I mean, it's just the human trafficking, the medical trafficking, the rape. I was raped. The night before those cops harassed me in that hotel room. And don't tell me that hotel room wasn't being surveilled all night long. Don't tell me my hotel room wasn't being surveilled all night long. That when I went to go hand in my key, 2 cops were sitting there waiting for me to hand in my key, like, don't even try and get here another night.
Yeah. This is absolutely against the law. This is a human rights issue. They shouldn't do that. They don't have right to do it because there is no ground to do something like this to you. And just because you're a woman, you're suffering. And that's why women's equality, needs to be solved. And this is going on a global level. It's not only here, and you're not the only one suffering like this just because you don't want to take crap.
Right, 2 days. Oh my God. 3 nights after that detective moved above me, he sliced a straight line with a box cutter in my ceiling. In my ceiling, and infested my apartment with fleas. This is what these cops get away with, and then all of a sudden, all your buddies are going to start harassing me and threatening. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. The other day I was driving. I had a cop riding on my ass of my car, and then pulls away. Out of nowhere, it shows up. It's terrifying.
I know.
What? Because I'm talking about what was done to me, a woman. That's not fair. Because your judge, like there's a judge that hates me. That's best friends with he's Greek too, and he's best friends with my ex-husband's family, and his father and my mother-in-law are best friends. This judge's father. And then I went to rent an apartment from my ex-mother-in-law's friend. It was a set-up torture chamber apartment. My ex-mother-in-law knows all about this, which is disgusting. Because of a conversation, they set me up with a con man back in 2011. They set me up with a con man that was drugging me to try. Actually, I'm telling you, Diana, this man was supposed to kill me. So my ex-husband didn't have to pay alimony, child support, and it didn't work, and they were pissed. But this guy drugged me into having a conversation about he was going to rob my ex-mother-in-law or something, and he was giving me THP. There's no doubt. There's things that I don't remember, and I don't remember the conversation, but the fact that I was even in that presence, every Greek on the planet hates my guts. And I don't remember, but they set me up with this comment to have that conversation, to get all these people to hate me, to get me on a targeted individual list. Like, the judge knows that. There's no doubt.
I believe you.
How sick it is, but you can't prove it, but you know it.
Exactly. And now they play a lot of tricks.
That. Go ahead.
Yeah, they play a lot of tricks on you. I know because, I'm on the same, page as you. It's not just that severe because I'm not fearful and they know this very well. I don't show fear because I don't have one. And that's why they're doing just a little bit, more, hiding around myself, and kind of a thing that I don't see them, but I see them very well. So that's what I'm doing, Yeah. I'm sorry.
And they start with the psych ward.
Yeah.
Every day the doctor carries the bro, didn't fix my stomach. 4 months later, he knocked out. So I needed a second reconstruction that I had in New York because I just couldn't afford him again. Or I didn't have the energy to go to California, and I wanted it so bad again.
Yeah.
But I had it done here. 3 days after that surgery, they changed my pain pills. Mm-hmm. But what they did was they had to pen and drug me at the same time. So I broke out in a rash and went to the ER. Do you know they had me Baker acted?
No.
What Baker acted means they put you in a psych ward that you're crazy, that you're a threat to yourself or society.
Yeah.
And my brother-in-law came and visited me in the psych ward, and I knew, I'm like, why is he coming to visit me? Like, this is so not him. He hates me. Mm-hmm. That was his dirty work. Like, he came to see his dirty work. Mm-hmm. Like you said, the hospitals know when you're coming. The ERs know when you're coming. They already know you're on the list.
Yeah. It's nice because they let you out.
Doctors know.
Of course they know. They know everything. They have the computers and they have the system. And when they type your name and all the information is coming with the computers. Yeah, it is. It is. And you shouldn't be going through this hell, just because you're a woman. What the hell is that? And where is the Human Rights Commission, to step in and say, hey, what the hell are you doing here? What is that? What is the law?
I've written to them. Girlfriend, I went to the White House. I had a Secret Service agent give me the gang stalker face.
Yeah.
The same ones the cops give me here. They're not, I've written the White House 3 times.
Yeah.
No Human Rights Commission is helping me. It's terrifying.
Yeah.
I'm trying not to cry because you see, my head has been, the scars all over my head is barbaric. And it was 2 rogue doctors. And nobody's going to help me because of what I did to Gregory DeVita that bothered me. And threatened me and my kids' lives for 2 years because I better not talk. Because I put a sign on my car and drove by his practice. You almost killed my kid how many times in my car, dude? You paid somebody for it. Let's just stop. I mean, do you blame me?
No.
It took 2 years of threats to do that. Nobody knows it took 2 years of death threats for me to do that. I didn't just jump in my car one day and say, I feel like doing this today. 2 years of death threats on me and my children.
Yeah. It's horrible and it's unacceptable this to happen in the United States of America, It's really bad, bad, bad. And it's getting worse.
Oh my God, it's the worst. It's really horrifying that 80% of targeted individuals are women, which is disgusting. Like, women's lives don't matter to these people. Women's lives don't matter to the White House. Are you kidding me? That these fusion centers, that every state has a fusion center. Some states have more than one fusion center, and it's okay that the U.S. government knows this is happening to women. Or the court system, if you piss off the wrong doctor, the wrong judge, or the wrong cop, they can just throw you on a targeted individual list like you're a terrorist, and then you lose all your human rights.
Yeah.
That's disgusting. This was put on after 9/11.
Yeah.
Fusion centers were built up after 9/11 for terrorists, so keep America safe. And when they're running out of money, they're just going to take a domestic terrorist like the next housewife. I hit on her and she turned me down, so I'm going to I'm going to throw her on a terrorist list. I'm going to make up shit about her.
Exactly.
And that's what happened. Like, it's sick. Or she had a drinking problem, now she's in recovery. So let's douse her with alcohol or drug her. And we're really going to screw up her life, but this is fun.
Yeah.
It's sick. It is so sick.
It is. It is. I totally agree with you. Constantly blocking you, following you around.
Go ahead.
They're constantly blocking you, following you around. They're not going to allow you to build life for yourself. And it's until they put you on the street, so you can start using drugs. And they eventually you're going to die, or somebody's going to kill you, or they're going to traffic you. It's horrible what's going on, And I don't know what kind of humans are those. Because I'm ashamed of a human being like this. Because this is a monster. This is a demon. This is somebody who I don't consider a human. I'm sorry. I have issues with that.
Absolutely. They go after a lot of good people, too. Go after the terrorists. Absolutely. Please do. But why are you going after good people, too?
Yeah.
It's just crazy.
It is. It is. So do you see your children?
Absolutely crazy.
Do you see your children right now? Do you see your children right now?
I don't see them as much as I'd like to. I actually stay away from my children because I fear for their safety. I cannot even tell you how heartbreaking that is.
Believe me. I can imagine because I'm a mother.
Go ahead.
Because I'm a mother and I know very well, and I stay away from my family for safety reasons also. So I know
Right.
very well.
My kids are still getting threatened. They have one guy. I was going into an AA meeting, and a guy was pushing a kid in a stroller, a kid in a wheelchair, with a kid skipping in front of the wheelchair, coming at me, like going to walk into me. Like that's how they threaten my kids. That's the crazy threats they do on me. You know, it's daily. They'll do stuff like that daily. Or somebody looking like my kid walking with no socks in the freezing cold on, with sandals on, through the supermarket if I'm food shopping. I mean, really crazy, mean, scary stuff.
Yeah. So you want it?
It's a daily threat. It's at least one threat a day I get, no matter where I go.
You wanted to share something, yeah, with the targeted individuals today. Now is your opportunity to do it. I'm sorry you couldn't, join me live so people can see you. You're a beautiful woman, and
right.
I hope you'll be.
I wanted to talk to targeted individuals and people that aren't targeted, just how it starts and how it's so hard. If I wasn't put in this program, Diana, I would never believe it.
I know.
I would never believe it. My sisters don't even know I'm in this program. I mean, they think like I'm just batshit crazy and need a psych ward.
I know.
From the PCP that I was given. Oh, and the reason I found out how I found out I was being drugged, and I always knew I was being drugged, but quickly last August I wasn't feeling good. I was having really bad anxiety. They were threatening my kids, and I was drugged March 2019 by a sheriff's sister in my own home to do cocaine. I was drugged with scopolamine. Scopolamine is, they use it a lot in Vegas to drug men that hire prostitutes. The prostitutes, all you do is blow it into somebody's face, and they turn into a zombie. And what the prostitutes do is take all their money, so I have to sleep with them, take all their money, their checkbook, their car, everything, and take off, and the guy wakes up and doesn't know what the hell happened. If you Google scopolamine, it's SCALPOMINE. Scopolamine. It's the world's scariest drug. It comes up. And it's new. It makes GHB look like Pez candy. It's that scary. Because you'll sign your bank account over to somebody and you won't know. So I was drugged with that.
90 seconds.
In 2019 by a sheriff's sister. And then last August, I was put in a psych ward. I put myself there because I was having such bad, panic attacks.
Mm-hmm.
And I just wanted to get safe a minute. I just needed to get away from the threats and the harassment and the chemical spray. You know about the chemical spraying.
Yeah.
Which is horrible. Yeah. And they took a urine test, and I lied. I said, you have to lie to get in. You can't say, I'm just depressed and anxious. You have to say you're suicidal or you're doing drugs. You have to lie to get into a psych ward, or they're just going to send you home. So I said, I relapsed, I did cocaine, and I'm suicidal, which I wasn't either one of them. It was just really bad anxiety. I just had to get into a safe environment for a minute. And they did a urine test, and it came up PCP and Xanax. The only person I was around for the 2 weeks before that, because I was leaving my house because I wasn't feeling good from whatever she was drugging me with, was my tenant, Rose, who I thought was my friend. And there was another proof. So, if there's 2 times I have absolute proof of that I was being drugged.
10 seconds.
In fact, that targeted individuals are not uncommon for us to be drugged. It's not.
Yeah. They drug you.
So anyway, getting back to the program, I'm going to start with how I started noticing I was being put in the program. Mm-hmm. I gave you my backstory, but for me, it started. I was cars were starting to. They were driving very aggressive for months. Mm-hmm. either up my ass or jamming their brakes in front of me or coming at a side street really fast. Everywhere I went. Or like once a day every time I got in my car. And then like that happened for a couple of months. And then I would get people, I would be online and there would be like 10 people all of a sudden online in front of me. But nobody would be in the store. And that started happening. Every time like any store I go into, that would happen. And I'm like, why? What's going on? Like, why is this happening? But they want you to start noticing like that. They want you to start questioning your fantasies.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I know very well what you mean.
But then that's how they do it. Or people, or they do it the other way and stand behind you, but the person behind you stands right up against you.
Yeah.
And makes you really uncomfortable. You know, even I had it done to me yesterday. There's places to stand like 10 feet apart, and the guy is purposely not standing on it and standing right up on me. And I have it on film. I filmed the whole thing. He's smirking. Standing right up on me on purpose. And I have my phone like up. I have my phone. Yeah, this guy is, standing up on me on purpose. And he's smirking. Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye.
Okay, everybody who is with me, we're gonna continue eventually on Facebook Live because we are out of time and I needed to stop this podcast. And you need to understand that targeting is a real thing and we need to start working on women's issue, and we want to make sure that this crime against women, it's no longer exist, and this is a human rights issue and we need new laws. And nobody should go through this hell women are going. Nobody should be followed around. Nobody should be robbed from who they are and robbed from the opportunity to build life for themselves. So thank you so much. I'm sorry about my dogs, and I wish you an amazing weekend.